Hello everybody, my name is Zool and welcome to another review video. In today's episode we are going to be looking at a game that involves running around on the roof of a bunch of trucks. That's right, we're going to be taking a look at Cluster Truck. Cluster Truck is a really fun and engaging game that involves jumping around on a cluster of trucks that are bouncing and crashing around in a big cluster. Well, I'm sure you can get the rest of the metaphor there without me being crass. This game is very engaging. As soon as I saw Shoelace playing it, I knew I had to try it for myself, and after I bought it, I knew that I had to make a review because, well, to be frank, the game is pretty awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. So I figured I'd share it with everybody here today. It takes place in a wide variety of places, all that kind of stuff, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's take a look at the options menu. The options menu of this game wasn't super impressive, but it had what it needed to have. You can see what's available right here. You can change the shadow distance. I'm not quite sure how much that affects your performance, but the main thing is this really great FOV slider that goes from ludicrously low to ludicrously large. I mean, I could almost see beside myself. It was making me nauseous when I played with that. There is separate volume sliders, which is nice to see, although I don't really know what else is needed to be adjusted. You can fully rebind the controls, something that has not been present in all games. Finally, there's Twitch configuration. You can stream directly from the game. Now let's take a look at the deep and complex narrative of Cluster Truck. Now surprisingly for a game like that, no, it's a game about jumping around on a bunch of freaking trucks, and there's fire, and there's those swinging things with the hammer that are coming down, and laser beams, and look, that truck's doing a flip, like a truck doing an actual flip. This game is about trucks and jumping around on them. That's it. Oh, also, there is a giant demon in this game, so that's another thing. Anyway, let's talk about the actual gameplay, and that's where most of the substance of this game is. So in this game, you are treated to a wide variety of levels. There's 10 different level types, ranging from deserts, forests, sci-fi futuristic areas, medieval areas, and much, much more. In each of these levels, you must jump around, climb around, and fly past a bunch of trucks in order to make it to the goal. In some levels, you will be required to run up really fast, as you can kind of see here, because you need to catch your next stream of trucks before, they leave and they get away. It's not exactly a linear thing. Other levels will have, cannons shooting at you, ice walls. Sometimes the trucks will just drive off a cliff, which is really weird. But the main thing is you're trying to reach this goal. Now, to assist you in reaching this goal are several different abilities. You can have a movement ability, which includes things like double jumping, air dashing, levitation, the jetpack, a personal favorite of mine, teleportation, a grappling hook, the truck booster, and a thing that lets you do a weird flip in the air. And then utility things like slowing down time, spawning a truck below you, freezing time, and there's one that actually makes the game function exactly like Superhot, which is another game that I reviewed. So I really like the varied location sets in the game. There are 9 worlds in the game, each of which has 10 little levels for you to enjoy. I'm going to show you the 8 worlds right here. If you would like to find out what the last one is, you can go ahead and look that up on your own, or just go ahead and play the game. Now let's do some actual gameplay. So most of the gameplay involves the use of these power-ups. As you can see here, I'm slowing down time, activating my jetpack, and just in general, jumping around on trucks. You can kick off the sides of trucks, bounce off of pretty much any part of them, but the moment any piece of you, your head, anything else touches the ground, you fail. You can see me right now actually racing against a ghost, which is another feature in this game. You can race against your friends' times by seeing exactly where they've been, or racing against the world's bests, which, as far as I can tell, are just done by people hacking, because they seem to be perfectly impossible. So yeah, this is me kind of racing a Shoelace here. Overall, this game is really fun, and the fact that every single level keeps you on your toes by throwing a new challenge at you just adds all of that more to it. If there's one little piece of criticism I could give to Cluster Truck, it's that the game has a very random nature. Sometimes the trucks will just get into an accident they don't normally, and it makes the level not possible to finish. Whereas other times, the trucks will just sort of randomly go to the right way, and the level will be much easier, making races for time and score a little bit silly. I'd also like to say that the game becomes significantly easier once you get the right power-ups, although that's not really a criticism of the game, that's just a fact. So if you're looking for a challenge, there are different perks that make it more challenging. I believe there's one that gives you more score and one that lets you do like a truck flip kind of thing, so if you're into that sort of thing. But overall, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to Cluster Truck. So thanks for watching that. Oh, and one more important thing. Take a look at this score. Take that, Shoelace. So that is Cluster Truck, and it's time for my rating of Cluster Truck. And if you haven't guessed by now, I recommend that you buy this game. It is awesome, it's not that much money, it is well worth your time. It is just, there's hardly words to explain just how much entertainment I've gotten from this game. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope this review helped you make a decision. Please leave some feedback below because, well, I'm really looking for feedback right now. You know, we've really changed things up here on the channel. Still not quite sure how everything's going to be fitting, how it's going to suiting stuff. So yeah, I'm just rambling now, so I'm just going to end the video. I've been Zool. Have an excellent day.